Assalamu alaikum friends, here you are with Sayyida OMAMA SHAH, and today we will be discussing the red cell indices. The red cell indices are basically part of the complete blood count test such that CBC test, which is a lab test that provides information about circulating cells such that red blood cell, white blood cell and platelets. So there are four red cell indices which basically used in morphological classification of anemia. Number first one you can see is the MCV, which is mean corpuscular volume, and mean corpuscular volume shows us the size of a red blood cell. Number second one is the mean corpuscular hemoglobin, and it shows us the percentage or the amount of hemoglobin present in a single red blood cell. Number third one is the MCHC, which is mean corpuscular hemoglobin concentration, and we get the value of MCHC by dividing the MCH by MCV such that it is a ratio of the MCH to the MCV. So in other words, I will explain it that MCHC is a measurement of the average amount of hemoglobin in the red blood cell compared to the average size of the red blood cell. And the fourth one is the RDW, which is red cell distribution width, and the RDW basically shows us the variation in the size of red blood cells. So if there is greater variation in the red blood cell size, then the RDW count will be high, and in a condition called as anisocytosis there is increased RDW count, while if there is a low RDW count, then it will indicate there is no variation in the red blood cell size. So this was all about the red cell indices. Now we are going to discuss each one of them one by one in detail in our next slide. So the first one is the mean corpuscular volume, which I told you in the previous slide that it shows us the size of red blood cell. It is expressed in femtoliters, and its normal value lies between 80 to 100 femtoliters. Now, if the MCV value lies below 80 femtoliter, then it will indicate that the anemia is microcytic anemia. But if MCV value lies above 100 femtoliter, then it will indicate macrocytic anemia. But if the MCV value lies in between 80 to 100 femtoliter, then it will show us the normocytic anemia. So in short, MCV tells us whether the anemia will be microcytic, macrocytic or normocytic. Now we have the mean corpuscular hemoglobin MCH, which indicates the presence of hemoglobin in a single red blood cell. Now it is expressed in picograms Pg, and its normal value ranges between 27 to 32 picogram. Now if a patient MCH value lies below 27 picogram, then it will indicate a hypochromic anemia, while if its MCH value is high, then it will indicate macrocytic anemia. But if a person or patient MCV and MCH, both of the values are low, then it will indicate microcytic and hypochromic anemia. Now the third red cell indices is the mean corpuscular hemoglobin concentration, and it is the average concentration of hemoglobin in a given volume of blood. Its unit is a gram per deciliter, and its normal range lies between 31.5 to 24.5. Now this MCHC tells us whether the anemia will be macrocytic or microcytic hypochromic anemia. If the MCHC value is less than 31.5, then it will indicate that the anemia will be a microcytic hypochromic anemia, while if the MCHC value is greater than 34.5, then it will show that the anemia will be macrocytic anemia. Now the last red cell indices is the red cell distribution width, which is RDW, and it reflects the degree of variation in size of the red blood cells. Means how much of the variation is there in the red blood cell size. Now we have a medical term called as anisocytosis, in which the red blood cells are unequal in size. So in anisocytosis, as there is unequal in size, means greater variation, so the RDW count will be higher, while the RDW count will be lower when there is no variation in the red blood cell size. Now in unit, it can be expressed either as a coefficient of variation of red blood cell volume, or it can also be expressed as a standard variation in femtoliters. Now if we talk about its normal value, so the RDW as coefficient of variation is 11 in between 11 to 16, and as a standard deviation it is 56. Finally, thanks for watching. Allah Hafiz for now.